The
Wait,
NBA
Mikey,
measuring tools
are you
aren't like
wearing a
super
hat?
great. No.
Bro, have you worn that hat before? Wait, hold on. What does your hat say?
What's
Oh,
that bump on your head?
good golf. Is
You know
that
what I
a
had for
Let's talk
lunch
about
today?
is that a
I had
let's talk
Taco Bell
about
for lunch.
and you know what the problem really is
Zab's
actually?
chicken ranch nacho fries?
Shut the fuck up, Brett. Put your goddamn phone down. Put your Taco Bell down. No one gives a shit. Obviously, the Spurs are going to be expected to be contenders in the Western Conference again next year. They're going to bring back their same core. De'Aaron Fox is the oldest.
Hold up. Yeah.
Swirl.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Scratch That Podcast, where we scratch the surface of your favorite sports topics. We are back after a massive week in the sports world that we will be getting into. I do just real quick want to shout out. We do got our own little Johnny Manziel Jr. jersey going on right here. I'm not wearing the Cleveland Bulldogs hat because low key I don't even know where it's at. So fuck it, shit's gone. No, it's probably just in my closet, but it's okay. Matt's not wearing his either. So, and Mikey still never sent me his address to send him home. So,
I could wear mine, but
Mikey, send me your
Okay.
address right now. We're gonna get this over with. Send it right now.
I also haven't gotten mine yet.
put it in the
Nick,
Twitch
send
chat.
me your address.
I'm going to doss myself.
No, Nick, I've just never seen you. I haven't seen you. But regardless, we got a lot going on. So let's talk about it. Did we have anything going on in the NBA?
Yeah, not
We
much.
did. You know, after 53 long years, the New York Knicks won a championship. You know, I just want to give a quick fuck you to a couple special people in my life who doubted me. Brett being one of them. Also, my coworkers Jared, Max, and Trent. Fuck all you guys. I told you the Knicks were winning the championship this season. I believed.
How much money did you get on that bet, by the way?
It was 8K.
Yeah, he put $400 on plus 2,000 at one point in the season when like the odds were like I don't know if it was before the season or wider or whatever, but yeah,
It was early in
8K.
the year. Yeah, it was early.
Fucking A, dude. Like, what are you gonna do with the money? That's the main question.
Suki and I are moving to an apartment together. You know,
Cool.
put in my savings. Nothing
It's a good like
crazy.
security deposit and like a couple months rent.
Yeah, I'm not fucking stupid.
Yeah, don't put it on black. I was kidding earlier when I said like pocket the 7K.
Yeah, no,
and
put it on
1K
13.
black.
13. Johnny Manziel Jr.
Well,
multiply that shit by 36.
Let's talk about something very important because I think this needs to be said. Jalen Brunson is officially the king of New York City now. Crown him now. Jalen Brunson should never have to pay for another thing in his life in New York. I didn't think I'd ever see a Knicks championship in my lifetime, so this was the best case scenario. And the fact that they beat the Spurs in 5 games, they had an incredible playoff run. I mean, an absolutely insane playoff run. In the past 51 days, they've lost one game. One game in the past 51 days.
That's actually just so crazy.
They went 16-3 this playoffs. You know, each and it's funny because each player on the Knicks stepped up in a different series or a different game. All 5 players played a huge role in that starting lineup to getting them there. I mean, obviously Brunson was the star these past couple games. OG Anunoby in Game 4 obviously hit the game winner. Cal Bridges has been shooting just lights out from the 3-point line, and Karl Anthony Towns. He's been so efficient as a passer. It was a magical playoff run, and I'm very happy that this five got their championship. The Knicks went all in, right? They made the move to get Anunoby. They traded Randall for Towns. They traded the 5 first-round picks for Bridges. They went all in. It paid off. You know, now what you do is you pay Brunson what he's actually worth, because he took that $130 million pay cut a few years ago for them to even build this roster. So you pay Brunson like he should be, and you just run it back with this team. I will say, let's talk about the Spurs for a minute, because I have a lot of thoughts
Me
about
too.
the
Fucking
Spurs
A,
side
dude.
of this. One,
Fuck.
Mitch Johnson needs to learn to trust Dylan Harper more. And I know what you're gonna say, but he missed the 2 free throws at the end there.
He
I don't
missed
give
the
a shit.
layup too.
Yeah, but that was contested. That was good defense by
He should.
OG
I don't even know.
Anunoby.
He shouldn't even have took the layup. All series he was taking shots like with only like 6 seconds off the shot clock. Like 24 seconds, right? It's a shot clock. You gotta take your time. I don't know, but yeah, no, the 2 free throws were fucking. That was the biggest L.
Here's the thing. All that's true. You know, De'Aaron Fox had that collapse, right,
Dude,
where he
fuck that
played the
guy.
worst 6 minutes of basketball, didn't hold the ball. Yes. But let's talk about the bigger issue here. The Spurs led for 66% of the minutes played in the NBA Finals. 66%. And they only have one win to show for it. They built enormous leads, and then they collapsed. And a lot of that is youth. They have a lot of young guys on that roster, and it's impressive that they went to the finals.
Yeah, I
You
mean, if
know,
you saw what I
like,
posted on my story last night, I went through every single game. Every game of this season, ESPN had at one point the Spurs at an 85% chance or higher to win. And they lost 4 of those 5.
here's the thing: they took their foot off the gas. They got into bad sets. They weren't trying to continue to attack, and so the Knicks slowly chipped away. And especially when you're up 29, you got to come out in the fourth quarter and close that fucking door.
Yeah.
And like they just didn't.
What you need to do is just hold on to the ball and chew the clock out, and they just wouldn't do it.
And the
No,
other the
they
other
got rid of the ball so quick. Like you gotta hold it on until there's like 6 seconds left and then shoot.
the other thing that they cannot do next year is lose at home like that. They lost every single home game they played in the NBA Finals. Every single one. 0-3 at home in an NBA Finals is inexcusable. I don't know if you guys watched Game 5 last night. Did you see how many Knicks fans were in attendance?
Yeah, if you compare the away team's fan base from Madison Square Garden and whatever the Spurs' arena is, like after like the Knicks would hit a 3, it was a decent like crowd
You could
like
hear the
reaction.
crowd.
It was almost like a Yankees Mets Subway Series game when like the Yankees would hit a home run at Citi Field or like the Mets would hit a home run at Yankee Stadium. But like it's the straight up opposing team. Like just the straight up like team across like they're both across the country. It's not like they're like there's no reason for like I don't know that did shock me and I did notice that when
Yeah,
like
I
especially
mean
yesterday.
Spurs fans naturally don't travel super well, especially when like they're going to New York. Like going to New York is expensive for anyone,
Well,
right? You
going
got
to
to
New
get
York is also
lodging.
just a death sentence if you're a fan of the other team.
You got to go. You got to get lodging. You got to MSG itself is expensive, and I get it, but not having majority attendance at your home arena in an NBA Finals game where you're facing elimination is just such a bad look. It's a real bad look. And it's a momentum changer. You know, the Knicks feed off that MSG energy. And if it's traveling, they're so hard to beat. Um, I do want to give a shout out to Josh Hart. I don't know. Josh Hart doesn't have the flashiest stats
Yeah, he
on the
fucking
score sheet.
sucks.
Dude, he averaged double-digit rebounds as a shooting guard for the fucking finals.
He had average
Bro,
double-digit misses.
Yeah, Brett, you if you would have bet the 3-point makes any other game you did, you probably would have made money. Like
No,
Yeah,
he
he
was
no,
hitting
no
some
yeah.
threes.
no he didn't hit one last night.
Yes, he did.
Oh, maybe it was the night before or the game before then. I don't remember. He ass. He cheeks.
But Josh Hart knows who he is on that team.
Yeah,
He's an energy
cheeks.
guy. He's a hustle guy. Dude,
System
he's an
guard.
NBA champion.
System
He's an NBA
guard.
champion. Yeah, how many chips does Wemby have? How many times has Embiid made it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Buddy.
Wait, so who's better, Embiid or Wembanyama now that the finals is over?
Embiid.
Oh, I think next season. I think next season you're gonna watch a big jump from Wemby.
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
gonna hit the
I've been
wave.
hearing that shit for years.
He's only been in the league for fucking 3 years.
Yeah, I've been hearing it for 2.
Every year he's made a huge leap forward.
Yeah.
Like in height too, he grows still.
He is not growing.
But like, let's talk
He's
He's
about
22.
They are changing his height. Like he was
Let's
like
talk about-
7'2", right? Now he's 7'4". I think he's gonna be 7'6".
yeah when he came into the
Wait,
NBA
Mikey,
measuring tools
are
aren't
you wearing a
super
hat?
great. No,
Bro, have you worn that hat before? Is
You know
that
what I
a,
had for
Let's talk
lunch
about
today?
is that a
where
point
the
on your head? Like, what is that?
I had
let's
Taco
talk
Bell
about
for lunch.
let's talk about where
Give
the
me
Spurs go
Iguodala.
from here. So obviously the Spurs are going to be
Joe
expected to be contenders in the Western Conference again next year, right? Their team, they're going to bring back basically their same core. A lot of those guys are under 25 years old. De'Aaron Fox is the oldest player on that roster. And we'll
They
talk
keep
about
Fox?
De'Aaron Fox and what they can do, with his contract, given what it is. But where do the Spurs end up next year? Now, it is going to be a tight Western Conference, okay? Golden State is likely to have Jimmy Butler back next year. They're going to make some moves in the offseason to try to get Steph Curry some help so that he can potentially win
Go out on a
one
tip.
more. They might trade Draymond, I saw. But any team that has Steph Curry is always dangerous. 2, you have the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are likely going to move on from Julius Randle this offseason. And I think that's a smart move. The combo of Ant and Rudy Gobert has been working. They just need to get them a couple more shooters and some perimeter players to take some of the load off. But the Timberwolves are going to make a big leap forward next year, I think. They're going to be sitting at the top of the West. Obviously, you have last year's champions, the Thunder. Now, the Thunder are going to have to make some moves this year. That roster is not going to look the same. They have a couple guys up for extensions and a couple guys whose extensions kick in, including Chet and Jalen Williams. And they are currently going to be in the second apron. So look for them to move on from one of those guys whose money starts kicking in. And that's partially why I think they made that trade for Jared McCain, because he's on a rookie deal. He's cheaper. And so they can kind of keep that rotation of younger guys going and when they needed to offload one of these contracts. It's going to be a tough road for the Spurs to go back to the NBA Finals. Now, on the bright side, Wemby's going to have a year of deep playoff experience under him. Dylan Harper is only going to get better. He was a rookie this year. Stephen Castle will show up in the playoffs next year. I'm confident of that. He had a really rough playoffs, but he's too integral for that team. He's too good. I think he'll be fine. What Wemby needs to do, there are two glaring weaknesses right now in his game. He cannot create his own shot. He absolutely has no one-on-one game to create his own shot. And if you're going to be the best player on your team, you got to be able to get into yours. Shot clock's winding down. They give you the ball. You got to be able to get in your bag, get a shot. Whatever your shot is, right? For Kevin Durant, it's a little crossover step back mid range or like a fade away three. Wemby's got to figure out what his shot is. And two, he's got to get his ass in the paint. You're fucking 7'4", dude.
Yeah, why is he out on the
not doing
arc trying to to act like a
because he can
guard?
shoot over people. He can shoot over people. And
But
that's
he should be in
great.
the paint more. Like, because he's so tall, all you do is catch the ball, put it in the basket.
And that's great and all, right? That you can shoot over people, but get your ass in the paint because the defense is gonna have to collapse on you because you're too big down there. And when they do, you can kick it out to your open shooters, and then you're already right there for the rebound. I
Yeah.
get it. He is a three-dimensional scorer. He can score at all three levels, but I want him taking less threes. And in general, I just want him taking more shots. It was so frustrating when like the Knicks would, like in game one, the Knicks went up big at halftime. And if you look at the box score, Wemby had 6 shots in the first half, 6 shots and a half. And you're the supposed best player on this team. It's not acceptable. You're in the NBA finals. And I get it. He doesn't have the experience yet. So I'm not going to knock him too hard, but you got to be aggressive. You got to make the Knicks are going to have to foul you. You're 7'4", dude. Get in the paint, get some good shots, get going early. The threes will open up later because they'll start sagging off because they expect you to drive into the paint, and then you shoot your threes. But yeah, I think the Spurs will be fine. I think this is good playoff experience for that team, but I just think they went up. They went up against a historic run. This is going to go down as one of the best playoff runs in NBA history in my mind. And they unfortunately were just on the other end of it. They'll get theirs. Wemby will win a championship eventually. But, much like how LeBron had to lose before he won, like this is part of the process. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts or anything to add before we start diving into
I
what
don't
they
know.
do with De'Aaron Fox.
Wemby's a great player. His attitude just pissed me off the entire time.
It's hard,
Yeah.
You're watching your team. Think about this. Think about this. They had 3 games where they should have won that they ended up losing. Those are back-breaking losses. Their morale was so low for game 5. It was hard to watch. Watching them blow another lead in game 5, I felt for them. I was like, this is the most heartbreaking way to lose this finals.
I
This
disagree
sucks.
on that. The worst way you could have lost is if you won game 5 and 6 and then blew a lead in game 7, which honestly, the Spurs kind of deserved it after blowing that big of a lead and every lead that they played. So I think if they it wouldn't have been anywhere comparable to if they forced a game 7 then lost. Because
Oh, sure, because you gave
bigger
yourself a
choke.
chance at that point. But I just mean like this was a heartbreaking series for them. This was not the way they
Yeah.
wanted this to go. It looks bad across all metrics. No matter how you look at it, losing all 3 of your home games, blowing multiple leads in the game, and then also coming back from down 14 just to have Wemby throw a pass off of Stephen Castle's back that ends up losing you the game. Like across the board, just literally 4 heartbreaking losses. And realistically, we should have been looking at a 3-2 Spurs lead in this series. Like realistically, if the chips fell better, we could have been looking at the Spurs going into an elimination game in Game 6.
Yeah.
Now, what do they do with De'Aaron Fox, right? So, in
Shoot
my
him into
opinion,
space.
in my, that would be a good fucking option.
Jettison him into the sun.
They'd still be on the hook for his 55 million, but
Who's it gonna go
they
to?
wouldn't
His
have to watch
family?
him that.
Like,
Well, in NBA contracts are fully guaranteed. That's just how it is in the NBA. They're fully guaranteed.
oh, rain's hitting my window. Oh no, it's actually hitting my AC.
So, what can they realistically do? He's on I think he's got 2 years left on his contract. If I'm not
I thought he
mistaken.
had more.
No, he's got 3 years. Sorry, he's got 3 years. So he'll be with the Spurs through 2030. He's getting paid 55 million a season. That contract is almost unmovable unless they attach a first round pick to him, assuming they can find someone. And I don't know that they're that motivated to move on from Fox. What I think they need to do is move Dylan Harper into the starting lineup, though. I think next year Dylan Harper should get more minutes than Fox and have Fox run the second unit. I know Fox had a really bad final series, but he was playing on a bum ankle this whole time, and he re-injured that fucker in game 2. Like, I feel for the guy. He was trying his best out there, and it's so tough to shoot those like moving mid-range shots when your ankle's killing you every time you land on it. He was probably in so much pain, and so I don't think the Spurs will move on from him, nor do I think they should. But what this playoffs did reveal is that Dylan Harper is absolutely going to be a force in this league. Dylan Harper at times was the best Spurs player on the court, and Mitch Johnson needed to leave him in. I am fully convinced that they win at least 2 of those games if he would have left Dylan Harper in, because he was the hot hand, and then he pulled him out, and their offense just faltered. Dylan Harper shot them up to a 10-point lead. He pulls them, and then for the next 8 minutes, he sits on the bench while the Knicks fucking erase the lead. It's just crazy to me. Where do the Knicks go from here? They don't have anyone on expiring contracts that they super care about. I think they're just gonna run it back with the same team. There's no reason to change anything. I will say they're gonna have a brutal time repeating though. Likely we see a new champion next year, and that'll be for the 9th straight year we have a new NBA champion. Tyrese Halliburton will be healthy next year for the Pacers. And that was a team that took the Thunder to 7 games and really only lost because Halliburton's Achilles exploded 6 minutes into game 7. Obviously, you have the Cavs. You never know what they're going to do. I'm not sure if Donovan Mitchell's going to sign with them again or if he's out of there. If Mitchell leaves, their chances drop to 0. Obviously, the Pistons got a year of experience. I think they'll be better in the playoffs. I still don't think they're championship contender level, but I think they'll be a lot better and they won't play back-to-back game 7 against teams. Look out for the Raptors. They're sneaky. I think they need to move on from Brandon Ingram, but I think they're a sneaky team that'll be consistent.
Where do we think Joel
The Charlotte
Embiid goes?
Hornets,
How far do we think he goes next year?
he doesn't make the playoffs.
You said that this year.
Celtics, Timberwolves finals.
Celtics can't even get past the 76ers. It doesn't matter.
Hear me out, Timberwolves, dude.
I think the Timberwolves can win it.
I think they knock out either the Thunder or the Spurs next time.
I like the Timberwolves, I think they're a really solid built team. They're missing a couple pieces, and they can absolutely find them.
When is the NBA going to expand? Weren't there talks of expansion?
Vegas
2030.
and Seattle.
Seattle,
Yeah,
yeah,
how many teams were they
2030.
bringing in? Two?
I
Two.
swear it was 2028 with Seattle.
Maybe. Usually they'll bring them in
Who,
together.
where was the
It'll
other
be
team?
like
I thought
Vegas.
Seattle was first because they
Oh,
actually
they're
have a
going to
spot for Seattle.
Vegas. Honestly, I thought it'd be cool if they did one like internationally, like somewhere in the Middle East.
They usually try to keep the number like even.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like an Afghani NBA team would go hard.
Okay.
But let's get to some, where do teams need to get better in the offseason? Obviously, there's one looming question that determines a lot of what teams need, and until that question has an answer, a lot of teams are going to sit idle. Obviously, Giannis has requested a trade from the Bucks. They didn't trade him before the deadline this
Wasn't there
year.
like heavily rumored that he's going to the Heat? Is that the team?
Yeah, I thought the Heat was like the main thing because
There was
thought
like
it
a
was
huge
Warriors.
rumor about it. No, there was
I
something
heard
that
that it
just
was
came
the
out.
Heat for Tyler Hero
But yeah, that's what it was.
because
Maybe
Tyler
I
Hero
didn't see
put up a
that.
thing with the Bucks or whatever.
It was like speculation, but it was like heavily like implied. I forget the whole thing that happened. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Because in during the season, it was the Warriors. But then I guess
I know what
the
it was.
Warriors
No,
were
I
like,
did see that. Giannis has narrowed his preferred destinations down to two teams. One of which is Miami, one of which is Boston. Now, the Bucks do not have to give Giannis what he wants, to be fair. And they probably, although to be honest, they probably don't really give a rat's ass like if they trade him to the East because the Bucks are not going to be relevant anytime for the rest of Giannis's career.
they had their championship. Like, it's over.
That's what I mean. They have to go into a full rebuild mode. Um, the Warriors have been linked to trying to get Giannis. I don't know that they have the assets that Milwaukee's looking for. They'd likely have to get a third team in that's got like picks that are desirable, and probably like move like Moses Moody and Brandon Pozemski to whatever team is giving up the pick. Miami, Miami can make it work, but if Miami has to make it work, like what's left on that roster to compete with for Giannis? Like you trade Hero, like who, you have Bam, and like okay,
Hold
like
on, real
Max
quick.
Strus, playoff choker.
I completely forgot. I wrote up a statement for the Knicks winning the championship that I forgot to read off.
Okay,
Let me just get the timestamp quick, so it's easier for me to go back.
You don't
Okay,
have to
go
edit
ahead.
this out. You don't have to edit this out. As a lifelong Knicks
be the judge
fan
of
of
that.
8 days, I cannot begin to express what this win means. It has been an honor to watch the past 3 games. I can't say that. The Knicks truly represent the grit, talent, heart, perseverance, and teamwork that make New York the greatest city in the world. My heartfelt congrats to all.
Who said
did
that?
you have ChatGPT write that?
No,
No,
I don't-
Claude or
I don't use
Adrian,
AI for anything. Literally nothing.
Microsoft Copilot.
I don't use
Yeah.
Copilot.
Anyway,
I may sell it. I don't use it.
So I don't think Miami has the assets to trade for Giannis without Giannis having no assets to play with on the other side of it. If I'm the Bucks, I don't want shit that the Heat have. I want picks and young players that or like established players that I can flip into first round picks. And none of the Heat players, besides Bam, I might be able to flip for a first round pick. But none of the Heat players really scream that to me that I can flip into more first round picks. Because Miami's goal should be accumulate picks, build through the draft, get younger. And if we look at Boston's really interesting because they have to make moves this season anyway. They're also in the second apron. They made some moves last year, obviously getting rid of Kristaps and Al Horford to kind of get below the aprons. They have to make more moves this year, and I think likely Jaylen Brown has played his last game as a Celtic. The Celtics do have that the Bucks could won. I actually saw a mock trade that I think actually makes sense for all sides involved. I saw like some Twitter news today that said the Celtics and Bucks are on the 1 yard line of a 3-team trade that would send Giannis to Boston and Jaylen Brown to Atlanta. So Boston would get Giannis, the Hawks 2029 first round pick, and the Hawks 2027 second round pick. Milwaukee would get Derek White, Zachary Rissache, Jonathan Kuminga, 2 Hawks 2026 firsts, and 2 future Celtics first round picks. Atlanta would get Jaylen Brown and Gorgie Dang.
Interesting.
Can I just say something about the Hawks?
Yeah.
We talked about the Knicks playoff run.
Justin Yackel's
the
favorite
fact
team.
that the fact actually, was it the Hawks or the Bulls? I don't know.
It was the
but
Hawks.
the fact that the Hawks were like the most dominant team on like
They
paper
challenged them the
against
most.
the Knicks is crazy, because the last one of the last clips on the Scratch That socials was you complaining about the fact that the guards are undersized and not using
36-year-old
OG Anunoby, and they've lost 1 game in 51 days since then. So I just find it funny that if the Hawks could like give the Knicks the most trouble out of any of the teams they faced, and they get like Jaylen Brown,
So
that would be interesting.
They solve 2 problems with this trade. 1, they get a proven go-to scorer in Jaylen Brown. 2, they give Zachary Rissache, former first overall pick, a new home where maybe he'll build into something, because he hasn't really found himself. He's barely in the lineup at this point for them. And then also they get Gorgie Dang. So they get a backup center that they desperately need. Because when Okongwu gets in foul trouble, or like their other bigs get in foul trouble, right? They kind of struggle. They don't have a lot of depth at the forward position right now. So that would give them 2 things that they desperately need. This would also get Boston under the apron. So they would love that. They also get a first round pick for their troubles, which is good. And then Milwaukee gets exactly what they want. They get Derek White, a guy who they can trade for another first round pick if they want to at the deadline to some team who wants to compete. Zachary Rissache, a young player, so that's fine. Let him try and develop on a bad Bucks team. And then Jonathan Kuminga, again, a guy who could play himself into first round value. And also 4 future first round picks. That is probably the best haul that the Bucks are gonna get from Giannis. It gets them everything they want. It gets Boston under the apron. It also gets them, a center, right? Because that's Boston's biggest need right now is a center, and it gives Jaylen Brown a team where he can lead. It's a win-win-win-win across the board for me. I really like this trade, so I hope it does go through, and it would shake up the East like crazy.
Except Embiid.
Embiid's not making the playoffs this year.
No, he is. So real quick, I just want to go around in a circle. Who do we think? Each one of us is going to answer. Who do we think is going to be the best team next season, the worst team, and the most improved team from their record? Mikey, I'll start with you. What do you think?
We just go in like both conferences, like overall.
Just
who has the best
overall.
record? I think the Thunder still have the best regular season record.
Okay.
Worst, I will say the Grizzlies.
Okay. And who do you think is going to be the most improved?
Most improved, the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay. Matt, what do you say?
I'm gonna say Spurs best record. Worst record, I'll say Wizards, and most improved Pacers, based on their like record.
Okay.
Now that
Oh,
Howie's
that's
gonna play.
probably you're
That's
probably
actually
right
not.
there.
That's I was gonna say Pacers for most improved. So I mean,
I was gonna say you're probably right because they'll instantly be a top three
Yeah.
team in the East.
Nick, what are your?
I don't know, I'm just looking at the standings. So best team, I'm just gonna
So you're
go
cheating.
Pistons. Um, worst team, I don't fucking know. Nets. And
That's
then
not bad.
most improved, I'm gonna say the Heat.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Did
best
they make
team.
the playoffs last year? The Heat
Or
Like
10th.
the play-in.
play in. Okay.
So I'm gonna say best team, the Thunder. Most improved team, the Pacers, and dude, the worst team. I like it's the Wizards, dude. The Wizards are actually poop from an ass and shit from a butt. They're fucking horrible.
This is such a bad take.
No. Nope.
The Wizards have Trae Young,
Dude,
Anthony
I don't.
Davis.
But
In the
but
wise,
Anthony Davis
in the
is he even gonna
wise
play a
words,
game with
dude.
the
Oh
Wizards?
my God, they have
talking about
Anthony
sending
Davis
him.
for 4 games. No way. They're gonna go 4-0, and then he's
I'm
gonna
telling you
fucking
that
die.
that Wizards team is
Oh
about to
my
be a lot
God,
better
dude!
than
I
you
hear the
think.
same shit about Anthony Davis every fucking year, and he misses
It's
three
not about
quarters of the
Anthony
season.
Davis.
Dude,
They're building
in the wise
actually a
words
nice
of the
roster.
robot on the side of the fucking Knicks, like fuck Trae Young, fuck Trae Young, fuck Trae Young. Like Trae Young's not gonna carry that team. I think they're gonna be the worst team. I don't care.
He's a way better player than people give him credit for. He's such a
My
gifted
my,
passer.
No,
my
he is
second
good.
choice was gonna be
he's
the
good,
Kings,
but
but
The Kings are going to be ass. The Kings have no direction. That their leadership. The Bulls might also be one of the worst teams.
well, I was gonna
Oh,
say
dude,
either
the
the
fucking
Bulls or
Bulls,
the
yeah.
fucking Wizards because they were both bottom of the leaderboards this year. Honestly, I forgot they
Yeah, the
got
Bulls-
Trae Young. But Anthony Davis is such a bad take in my opinion. I know you know ball more than me, but like Anthony Davis plays like 10 games a season. Like whatever.
I mean, obviously, if he's hurt, like he's not going to be a factor on that team.
What do you mean if?
So it's like a big if.
If?
I just think they're building a nice solid core like down in Washington that like I can see them sneaking into the play in this year. I'm not saying they're gonna like fucking run the East this year, but I think they actually could.
There's
make
a reason
run at
why
play-in.
the Mavs cleaned house after trading for Anthony Davis because they were like, "What the fuck is this?"
No, that's because Nico Harrison fucked that roster
Yeah, by
sideways,
trading
left,
for Anthony
right,
Davis.
up and down. Nico Harrison literally, I think, dropped acid and like just started making trades.
I think he
Like,
dropped ass. Just ass.
It's like trading a top 5 player in the league for literally a fucking used washing machine in Anthony Davis at that point has to go down as the worst trade in the history of the NBA. Even rivaling fucking when the Nets mortgaged 10 years of their future to get an aging Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce.
oh my God, I forgot about that. Holy
That,
shit!
that was the worst trade of all time. And I think Nico Harrison's trade of Luca
Okay, but
rivals that.
do we think it's worse than the Herschel Walker trade?
I don't know what that. I don't know.
Wait, you don't know that
Dude,
the Herschel Walker trade is literally known as the worst trade in NFL history.
What they trade him for?
So hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. So the Vikings received Herschel Walker, a 3rd round pick, and a 10th round pick. The Cowboys received let's see, 3 first round picks, a 2nd round pick, a 3rd round pick, and a 6th round pick.
who were the first round picks? Emmett Smith.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, then yeah, that's bad.
It's literally known as
That's
one of the
fucking
worst.
bad.
It is. Here we go. This is the exact summary of it. Oh, sorry. There were players. They sent 5 players and 8 draft picks, including 3 first rounders and 3 second rounders. The trade decimated the Vikings roster, and those draft picks helped build the Cowboys dynasty.
Yeah, dude, because like Herschel Walker, like the first couple years, he was the man, right? Like, wasn't he like late '80s Cowboys? And then, like, why the fuck would they? I don't even know. Herschel Walker's on the Giants. Fun fact.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that. But yeah, anyways, that is bad. I will say, but I don't know. Like some of these NBA trades, I will say, like the Luca trade's gotta be. I think the Luca trade is worse
The Luka
because
trade
it's a
is so
Luca.
bad.
Like
It's
Luca's
so
MVP
so
next
bad.
year. Sort of. It's either gonna be
So
Luca or Wemby.
here's
Well, it depends on where LeBron goes and what the Lakers do to improve that roster because they got to get him help. If LeBron's out of there, they got to get him help.
sorry. Just to answer Matt's question, it was several Hall of Famers that got drafted with it. It was Emmett Smith, Russell Maryland, Darren Woodson, Kevin Smith, and Alvin Harper.
Yeah, that's bad.
So knowing that, Mikey, which trade would you say is worse?
The Luka trade.
I disagree. I disagree heavily.
The Luka trade literally is going to put the Mavericks back like 2 decades before
Dude,
they're
the
relevant
Vikings
again.
trade put the Vikings back. That was in 1989 till now. And it gave the Cowboys 3 Super Bowls and multiple Hall of Famers.
I don't think you can blame it all on that, though. I don't think you can blame it all the way up until now on just that.
I
Like you
mean,
could
The
blame
Vikings.
that whole decade for it.
Well, yeah, you can, but also like the Vikings have two major missed kicks in their history. And like I know I'm not a football guy,
Yeah,
but
right.
Gary Anderson missing that kick,
But
I think that's his first name in the 90s.
that is his
and then
first
Blair
name.
Walsh.
Gary Anderson
the Blair
is the
Wolves.
best name. No, I still think the Vikings trade is worse, dude. They drafted 8 draft picks and 5 players and got literally nothing out of it.
Yeah, I mean
To,
that's a lot. It's a lot, but like
to
he
be
literally
fair, the Luka
traded.
trade effects aren't fully there yet. We're still waiting to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't think we ever see that mega of a trade ever again. 8 picks and 5 players. I don't think a team's giving that up for
bad.
Patrick Mahomes. Prime Patrick Mahomes, I'm talking. Not like today. I'm talking prime. Like 2019 Patrick Mahomes, I don't think a team gives that up for him. Sorry, I know this. We didn't mean for this to like converge into football. You disagree with that? You think a team is trading three firsts, 3 seconds, and a third?
Okay.
And 5 players.
Okay, if you're Giants Saquon, Giants have Saquon still.
Okay.
Let's go back 5 years.
Okay.
Let's go back 5 years.
Okay.
All Giants need is a quarterback to compete for the Super Bowl. You're
No,
telling me you wouldn't mortgage the next 8 years of your
They need way more than that, but sure.
Dude, big play Darnay had the secondary on lock. I don't want to fucking hear it.
So here's the
issue.
He
was locking down anything.
So here's the thing, though. Sure, the Giants, like in this hypothetical world, right, where the Giants are a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl team. If they're trading 5 players, they're not a quarterback away. You're trading 5 starters. You're not a quarterback away anymore. Now you have massive holes.
That's why you have good bench players.
Dude, depth at bench is like one thing. Like you can have decent depth at bench, but you're not going to have enough that's going to be able to fill the holes of 5 starters.
Oh, listen. I know. I remember when the Knicks traded for Carmelo Anthony and they traded like Andrea Bargnani and like half their fucking bench.
And how did that go?
The next season.
Exactly.
They were ass the next season.
Exactly. That's my point.
And then they came back and ran into the LeBron James Heat the next season in the playoffs. The thing is, you can build like there are certain positions that are just like way more important, especially in football.
Sure, but if you don't have a solid all-around team, you're not gonna make it. Like, I'm sorry.
And I'm telling you, if let's go back, right? Prime Mahomes, we'll say 5 years ago, right?
Okay, that's not as I disagree that is his prime, but like in this hypothetical, we're like sure, whatever.
Or what do you want to go? Like 3 years ago?
I would say 2018 Mahomes is like his prime. That was literally his best season.
Okay, sure. So we'll go back to 2018.
Okay.
So 8 years ago, we're gonna go back, right?
Yep.
If you know, Andy Reid came calling Bill Belichick and was like, "Hey, we'll trade you Patrick Mahomes if you give us your next three first rounders, your next three second rounders, and we're gonna pick 5 starters off your team." I'm telling you, they could build a fucking roster back within like that within 8 years
Yeah,
to win a Super Bowl.
do
I'd
you know
say no.
what?
I would decline it.
Yeah.
So the equivalent in basketball would be like 2 starters, right? Because there's only 5 positions
Yeah,
that
sure.
play on the court, right? So like 5 out of 11, 2 out of 5. I mean, maybe we'll go 3 out of 5, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. It feels more like 2 out of 5 is like the correct like starter percentage to me though. So you get to pick. You're gonna give me prime LeBron James. I'm gonna give you 3 first round picks, 3 second round picks, and you get to pick
I just
2 of my
like you
starters.
go ahead and tell me I'm wrong. Like I don't care, whatever. Draft picks in the NBA, I feel like are nowhere near as valuable as draft picks in the NFL.
First round picks are.
It depends on where you're picking.
First round picks are usually players who like stick in the league. Basically your first round pick in the NBA basically is like first, second, third round in the NFL.
In the NFL, I
Like
mean,
just
you
wrapped
could
into one.
find like studs like that in the 6th round. Like there are a
Right.
lot
That's
of
what I'm
studs
saying.
that fall.
Second round would be like 4, 5, 6, 7. You know?
What were the last two numbers?
Let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this:
What?
Which trade was more shocking? Because there's only one right answer: the
Sure.
Herschel Walker trade or the Luka trade.
The
The
Luka
Luka
trade
trade.
is definitely the more shocking one, just because it came out of nowhere. There were no rumors of trades or anything. It just kind of popped.
The Luka trade made me almost throw up.
Luka
I
found
remember
out
being
about
at
the
work.
trade laying in bed.
The Luka trade literally took me like I just got fucking punched across my face out of nowhere. I remember
I
my
was gonna say, it was
coworker
like out
told
of
me
nowhere,
that.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
literally
that
But
out of
happened.
nowhere.
that's why it could be end up being worse because of the fact that not only
That's
what did it
that's
end up being
emotions
bad, but
though.
nobody
Shocking
expected it.
is
The Herschel
Well,
Walker thing, he was good with the Cowboys the first, I don't know, 5 6 years he played, and then
I think you also got to
that's
think
what they
about
reacted it off of.
where both of the teams were at. The Mavs had just come off a finals trip.
Yeah, they
The
did.
Mavs went to the finals, and Nico Harrison blew up a championship contending roster for an injury prone, past his prime center. And the craziest part is they didn't even get like enough picks to justify this. There was no return value there. And then a year later, Anthony Davis is no longer on the team, and the Lakers basically got out of Anthony Davis's contract and got a top 5 player in the league for fucking peanuts. That's what's so crazy about it. It's just the power balance that it swung. Because now look at where the Mavericks are. The Mavericks fucking suck. They're not
Mavs will
good.
be better. Mavs will be better next year, I will say. But no, they are not going to be playoffs. But I think because of the whole Nico Harrison trade, Luca thing, that was the first effect. But I think Cooper Flag is going to be like
They lucked
MIP
it.
type.
They lucked into
Like,
Cooper Flag, yes, but like now it calls into question like, are the Mavs? Imagine Luca plus Cooper Flag.
oh, that would be
Well, they
crazy.
wouldn't have gotten
But
Cooper
yeah.
Flag if they
Yeah.
That
traded
is
for
true.
Luka. But like
Yeah, they wouldn't have
also
gotten him.
to add context, I know we're like jumping back and forth between literally two different sports. To add
It's really generic enough.
to add context, like first of all, Herschel Walker was 27 years old and he played for 2 years with the Vikings, and he played 8 years after, and he only crossed 1,000 yards once, and he never crossed 1,000 with the Vikings. I think it is far and away the worst trade ever in any sport. Period.
I'll tell you this: if the Lakers,
Jacoby Ellsbury.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
If the Lakers
Shut up.
That's
win a
fucking bad.
championship with Luca, I think the Nico Harrison trade is the worst.
I mean, it still doesn't come close to the Dallas's 3 Super Bowls, but I still get what you're saying.
It's much harder. I'm gonna say this, and some people might think this is like a crazy take. It is much harder to win the NBA Finals than it is to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, statistically, you have a better chance.
Oh, because there's 2 less teams.
Because there's 2 less teams. Statistically, you got a better chance. Here's what I'll say, and I think this is kind of what you're trying to get at. I just don't think you worded it very well. In the NFL, it is very possible for a bad team, or like not a bad team, like a mediocre team, to luck into making it to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Whereas with the NBA Finals, like if you're not the better team, you're most likely not going to win because you have to be better in a series. I think that's what he's trying to say.
It's because of the series, right? Because the NBA plays a series, it's the law of averages that,
Yeah.
like, yes,
Like
you
for
might steal
example,
a game.
like 2007 Giants, like if they're playing a game, like a series of 7, like they're not beating the 07 Patriots.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And this is
It's
coming
the
from a
law of
Giants fan. Like
averages.
if we're just going to be realistic here, like
Yeah,
they're
if they
not
have
winning
7
that series.
games, yeah, they're not beating them to 4. That's
They
for sure.
were a 9. No, I think they won 8 games that season. The Giants.
They lost to the Patriots either
They were
that
in the
year or
regular
the
season.
2011
Yeah, they
year.
did. Yeah, they lost to them in the regular season. Because I do remember I think even still, they're the lowest win total in a season team to win the Super Bowl.
9 wins.
It was 9. I knew it was 8 or 9. I couldn't remember which one.
No 8-win team has ever won the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, that would back up what I just said.
Yes, I'm agreeing.
That would agree with what I just said. Yep.
Until the 8-win Giants win this year.
Dude, shut the with a 17-game season, no 8-win team is really even sniffing the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because you used to have a lot more
Unless
tiebreakers at
the
the like 8
division
and 8
sucks.
mark.
I mean, sure.
That's
but
true, dude.
if the division sucks, then they're going to be going up against literally a 13-win, 12-win team that didn't win their division.
Hey, man.
Yeah, they're gonna get shit on in the wild card.
It's just
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
It's
sure.
one game though.
I guess if it does yeah, and then they have to go up against the number. They have to go up against
the
yeah,
freaking Rams, dude.
Yeah, they have to go up against the 1 seed then.
Dude, you're just describing the Giants' 2011 like playoff run when they had played the Falcons, Packers, and fucking Niners. Like it just they had to play the best team. Then the second like
Yeah, I mean, I guess realistically, the only time that it is a possibility, and the only time it's going to happen is coming out of the NFC South. Like, if we're going to be completely honest, it would be an NFC South.
The 8-win Panthers are Super Bowl champions.
I cannot think of a division that is worse than the NFC South, genuinely.
The AFC East put a run for the money.
No, they're not.
Dude,
No,
Baker
as long as
Mayfield,
Josh
Bryce
Allen is
Young,
in that
Tyler
division,
Show,
there will
and
be an
fucking-
AFC East team with at least 11 wins every single season.
I think the Panthers stepping up, though, this
I've
year.
never seen a division like the NFC South where they're constantly putting a team in the playoffs that has like 8 to 9 wins. You are right about that. I didn't even think about what you said, Nick. You are completely right about that. But at the same time, like, today's NFL is just so different, man. Like, anytime you see those teams in the playoffs, they're getting fucking steamrolled.
Dude,
the only time that it was
Hubbard might go for 2,000 yards this season.
The only time I ever saw a close game by a team that had like a shitty record was the last time that there was a team with a losing record in the playoffs, and the Washington Commanders, or sorry, the Washington football team at the time when Taylor Heineke was the quarterback, and they,
he had a good game.
Yeah, he had a good game against Tom Brady, and they took it to the wire, but they still lost. That was really the closest I've ever seen like a team like that in the playoffs. Every time that like the NFC South puts a fucking 8-win team or a 9-win team in the
They're tired now.
In the playoffs, like they just get cooked. Like it's just decimation.
You know what's crazy?
They're just not built for it.
Before he actually got popular in my one Madden franchise, I sat there. I was playing with my friends, and I sat there and I decided to just sign him, and I made him into a 99. Like I legit built him up into a 99 from a 60, like a 64. That was pretty cool.
I did that with
That was
Matt
when he was on the
Milano the one
Panthers.
year in one Mikey and I's league. I did that with Matt Milano before he was big.
Used to get cooked. And then NCAA came out, and I had Brett's number all year that year.
You're getting it this year?
Ohio State,
You getting it this year?
baby.
You getting it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're scared.
I think I'm only going to play 2K, honestly. It's probably the only game I'm going to get.
You're scared.
No, we played it like twice this year, and like I just didn't care.
Okay, but I feel like
Same
come
with
on, a scratch that dynasty would be kind of cool. We're all in
Yeah,
our
but
own
that's a lot.
conference.
That's a lot of commitment. Is Matt gonna get it? If Matt gets it, I'll get it.
No.
What the fuck? Why not? Matt, I'll buy it.
already-
For you.
I
I
haven't
don't care.
touched a
I'll buy
video
it for you, I don't
game
care.
like all
I'll-
year.
Nope,
And
I'll
you
buy it for
know
you, I
a
don't
game. The only game I touch is an online game that requires NFL fantasy knowledge.
I'll buy it for you, Matt. I don't care. Then you'll have to
Are
play
you
it.
gonna get 2K this year, Matt?
So if you buy it for me, sure. But I'm not
We
going to
need to-
guarantee I'm going to play.
We need to convince. There's Pookie
We need to get her
for
a
all the
console.
fans. I know we're working on it. I'm slowly wearing her down. Oh, I do want to give a shout out to Roxanne. Roxanne was a vehement Spurs fan all finals for me. And she continued her streak of just she actually in the Western Conference Finals and the NBA Finals, she went a combined 2-11 on picks. So shout out to her for putting in the work for the Knicks. Without her contribution to root for the Spurs in the
won you
Western
8K. I think her winning you 8K has earned the right for you to buy her a PS5.
Well, yeah, obviously I was gonna buy it eventually. We're just waiting until we gotta get. We're waiting until it makes more sense once we move in together and we have like a actual like setup for
I
it.
guess that's fair.
It's like I don't really have the like space to set up two things right now.
When are you guys gonna move in together? Do you think
August,
August?
end of July, August, I think is our move-in date. We got an apartment. We did find one. So,
Oh, okay. Wait, which one did you send me the address for? The new one or the old one?
my current one.
Okay.
But I'll be here. But I'll be here till the end of July.
Okay.
So I imagine it won't be a problem. But yeah, we did find one. So thank God
Nice.
that
Is it far
that's
away
over.
or is it close to where you're at currently?
It's only like 15 minutes north of where I'm at. It's actually her current apartment complex. We're just getting a 2-bedroom instead.
okay.
So
Nice.
Is it nicer than the one that you have now? Would you say?
bigger. Yeah, but
Well,
like
yeah.
as I do like the complex more. Yeah,
Interesting.
I just don't like the setup of like my current one.
Mhm. How much more is it than what you're paying now?
Only $100 more.
Oh, that's not bad.
Which is good because splitting it between two people
Yeah.
means that like our rent's gonna be, like mine's gonna be almost cut in half.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So ideal situation all around.
And then there's Matt over here living in the back
No,
of a
Matt's already
fucking
living with his girlfriend.
dude looks like dude, tell me why it doesn't. Is it just weird? Does it look like Matt's like in front of a green screen?
Well, yes, a little bit.
I've never. Yeah, this is not real right
Matt-
here.
You ever
also-
just see
Matt's
those
in-
photos where it's like men
We're
don't know how to
talking about
decorate and it's
Mikey's,
a
like,
lawn
really nice
chair and a
apartment.
TV? That's what Matt's on right now.
We're-
Is a
well,
lawn chair and a
Hold
TV.
on.
You know what it is?
Hold
It's
on.
it's the juxtaposition of the windows compared
Yeah.
to him where they look like slanted.
Yeah.
They
Well,
look
I was gonna say we're
offset.
talking about Mikey's like nice apartment he's moving into, and then we look over at Matt because he just moved into his. It looks like he's in like an abandoned warehouse with the like broken ass blinds and all that.
Dude,
Look
yeah.
at the fucking
The vision. You just gotta. The vision.
Bro, it looks like Patrick Dean right now. Like
What?
he's about to
Matt,
put plastic
What?
up on
No,
the
no,
walls.
Matt.
And
Matt, I
fucking-
need you to stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up right underneath that window. I need to see how far you come to that window.
Because from here it looks so tall, dude.
Holy
Those
shit!
look like
He's actually going farther
like
back than I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
ridiculously.
Okay, that's still really tall. I
Your camera must
genuinely
be
I thought the
weird
window was gonna be
angle.
over you. I thought it was gonna be
You're
over
gonna
I know.
get a real life POV Thursday. Squire, you can come too. White, I mean, it's gonna be like a 16-hour
Nick, if you
drive,
come, you can
but-
get your Bulldogs hat.
Yeah, let me just call in to work and be like, "Hey, sorry, I can't work today because I gotta drive back to BA to see Matt's new apartment." Like,
You
Oh,
I
gotta
could
also,
never
Matt,
confirm.
work.
real quick, Matt. Check Snapchat again.
Oh, did my phone vibrate? Oh, sorry, guys.
The last time Brett did this shit to me, he goes check fucking TikTok, and then I check TikTok and it goes check Snapchat, and I check Snapchat and it's literally just like
His
his
balls.
toilet.
No, it
No,
wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
it was just the
Matt,
toilet. And I
what are
was
your
like, all right.
thoughts?
You know why I definitely know it was? Because the
Made me
fucking smile he
smile.
had on his face.
It made you smile, dude. I spent $70 this pod.
What?
Nothing. You'll see.
I'm
I
scared.
may
Brett
have
is
bought VC.
impulse buying stuff.
I want to see.
No,
Yeah, you gotta show us now.
you guys will see. I promise you guys will see.
Oh, did you want to talk about the giveaway thing, Brett?
Yeah. Well, did we finally pick? What do we want to do? When do we want to do it?
We're gonna let the viewers decide either June 28th
Oh, the one
or
person. So
July
you're gonna let
5th.
Mike decide. The one person. No, let's decide right now.
I will say, June 28th, I will be driving back from Kansas, and I won't get in until like 10. So
Let's
July
do
5th.
July then.
I probably like don't make June 28th. But it doesn't really matter because the NBA finals are over, so they're
Well, it's the charity podcast.
No, I know. I'm
I
just trying
want.
to like
That's why we didn't do it previously, because I want everybody here for it. And the reason we
go
didn't do it
2D
tonight
again.
is because I want to advertise it a little bit. You know what I mean?
July 5th.
July 5th. Okay. July 5th,
Perfect.
guys, we are going to be doing a charity live stream. Essentially, how it is going to work is we are going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. We're going to we have actually a donation link already set up. If you donate to the link, essentially how it works, if you donate $5, you're put into a raffle to win a bunch of sports cards. Those sports cards are valued anywhere from $50 up to $250 is going to be the biggest one that we're going to be giving away. All money that is generated, like all revenue that is generated from that stream, whether it be from donations, ads, subscriptions, whatever it is going to be donated to St. Jude's charity. St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
I'll put that in a short. Upload it.
So, be there July 5th, 7:30. I got a lot of cool ass cards to give away, dude. I have a lot of signatures. I have an Amon Green signature. If I ever get that redemption Kyle Trask rookie patch autograph, not that anybody's going to want it, I do have that to give away as well. I have the Joe Burrow patch. I have the Dak Prescott patch. I think I have another signature to give away. I have the PSA 9 Micro Mosaics Shedeur Sanders, which I know, oh, Shedeur Sanders. The card's valued at $200 right now, so it's a decently expensive card. I forget what else I pulled from the Immaculate box. It's been a little bit. It's been a couple weeks. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. The Dan Marino autograph as well. And they're not sticker autographs, they are on card autographs, so they are physically signed. So they're really cool. The Dan Marino is of 49, so there's only 49 of those cards, and the Amon Green is of, I think that's also of 49. No, it's of 99, so there's only 99 of those cards. So we're going to give it all away for charity. So you guys are going to be getting something, and you're going to be giving something to charity. So like, it's just a cool thing to do. If you guys want to throw in anything, feel free. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Tell everybody.
I don't know if anybody really cares about Invincible, but I do also have this Invincible 1 of 1 that I don't know what to do with. Where's the 1 of 1 on? Oh yeah, there it is. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it does say 1 of 1 right there. You can kind of see it. So I don't know what the value of this is. I could give it away, but I just don't think really any people watching the pod are gonna be a fan of Invincible. So, do we have anything else?
I think we're good this week. For baseball, I wanted to. Oh no, I haven't been honestly. I said this on the part 2 pod last week. It's been tough to keep up. So my plan was to just skip it for this pod, and we'll finish off NBA. Let White enjoy his Knicks' first championship since like what 73, and then we'll resume with mostly baseball up until like football season comes around, and we'll get into some some mid to late June, early July news. The All-Star game's coming up. Yeah. So, Brett, do you have anything for football?
Um, so really, let me see if I missed anything. I mean, we do have, the elephant in the room that we need to address, and we will address it. I just want to see if there's anything else we have going on at the moment before I go into it. But I didn't really see anything throughout the week. Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing on here is that the NFL concluded their investigation into Stephon Diggs and found him not guilty of anything. Or sorry, they didn't find him not guilty. They said there was just insufficient evidence to support misconduct. That's really all I saw. But obviously, the elephant in the room. I'm sure you guys have heard. I know. Well, when I say you guys, I mean people listening. I already discussed this a little bit prior to the podcast. Former pass rusher Alden Smith, former linebacker for the 49ers, did pass away yesterday. There was really, there's really no, um, there's really no good way to talk about it. It's hard to talk about. There wasn't anything released onto the cause of death or anything like that. Not that it is any of our business. It is completely the family's business, and if they want to release it, they want to release it. And if not, they don't have to. It is none of our business. It just sucks, man. He seemed like a really stand-up guy, and even the day that he passed away, he was spotted at a homeless shelter giving away pizzas to homeless people. So like, he genuine down to earth dude. He was only, what was it, 39 years old, 36 years old. So it's just one of those things. It's just like fuck. You know what I mean? There's really not much to say about it. He was young, giving back to the community, and just had his life cut short. And like I said, if the family wants to say anything, they can. But at the end of the day, it really is none of our business, and we don't know what goes on in their personal lives or what happened behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. There's not much more to say. I don't want to hone in on it. Like, I don't want to harp on it. I don't want to speculate on anything because that's just not fair to him or the family. Yeah, it just always sucks. It always hurts when you see a person, whether it's a player, a celebrity, or just some person that you used to know, or just like reading in some obituary, someone young like that dying. Yeah, may you rest in peace. That's all I have to say about that, and that's really all I have to say about football. There was really nothing else going on, and there's definitely nothing more important than that. Do we have anything else, like period, like any games or anything like that, or are we just gonna end it on that note?
Any
I think
games?
that's a
I
good
just
one,
wanted to
guys.
glaze the Knicks. Did you guys see the bus on fire?
Yes.
Uh,
I think New York's gonna burn down over the next couple days.
Probably.
Yankees are next. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, for listening, for watching. Whether you're on your car ride to work, leaving work, you're watching it on your TV, your laptop, or you're on stream. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next Sunday. Basketball season is finally over. Baseball in the prime of the season will be resume with normal baseball news next week. And like Brett said, July 5th, charity stream for St. Jude. Please, please join. It's a good cause. Be a lot of fun. Anything else before we wrap it up?
That's all I've got.
We'll shift more into like NBA draft news over the next couple weeks. So I'll start preparing some draft analysis and who I think's going where and who I think's moving up based on that. Might even do a couple
Yeah.
TikToks about like some prospects or some teams.
Yeah. Sounds good. See you guys next week.
I'd see you guys next week.